Hi guys, I made a lot of good progress with my video editor today. I improved the speed of reviewing edited videos. It takes roughly 50% of the time to generate a video as what it takes to play the video. So let's say if you're editing a video that is going to be 1 minute long, then it's going to take about half a minute to generate that video. So the problem is that that is too long for an iterative editing section. So I wanted to speed this up. And one of the things I did was that if you guys look at this is a view of my tool. This video doesn't have a thumbnail yet, but we're not looking at that right now. We're looking at this link. I added a preview link to each chapter. So remember, these chapters are extracted from the video using AI, and it's basically rewritten script, which you can use to re-narrate your videos in a more professional manner. And I also put a preview button on it. So previously I had a preview button for the whole thing, but that's, like I said, if it's a 5 minute video, it's going to take 2.5 minutes to regenerate it. It's really annoying. So I put a preview button, which only goes in and previews that one chapter. So if I click on this, then basically it's going to like this little piece. It says here the time segment is 2 seconds to 31 seconds, so that's like half a minute. So in about 10-15 seconds it should come up with a playable preview, which is good because because that is starting to be an acceptable speed to review a video. Okay, so
I would like to
that's how long it took. So this is kind of what I wanted to show. So, but this review is enough to look at things like, okay, what does my title look like? It put in a title in the upper left corner with AI again. That's extracted from the video, and it computes these titles based on what you're talking about, and creates chapters and inserts the titles into the video. So using this mechanism is good enough to look at what your chapters look like, what the video gets generated. So this is an example of that. So the title popped up. Another thing I'm experimenting with is just perhaps improving the user experience, is that you should be able to pick. I don't know if I'm going to keep this feature, but right now it's an interesting experiment. I put in annotations like in the middle of the screen. You guys can see sound okay there, and then there's going to be areas which are going to be annotated with silent, where I say this is a silent range that I'm planning to take out, or likely content and things that I'm trying to do to the video, or not trying, but potentially planning to do to the video, and then the user can okay or reject these changes. So the preview will have a wealth of information to make sure that before you generate the final video, you know exactly what you're going to get. The idea is, though, that to create a mechanism where you can just basically do things with one or a couple of clicks. I don't want a really, really complicated editing session, because the whole point of this tool is to automate editing. But if you want to look at the details, or if you don't like something, you suspect that when you look at the chapters that maybe it's not quite what you're expecting, that this will allow you to review it in detail. Again, so this is by chapter. We're just looking at one chapter extracted and annotated with sound okay. And there are other annotations as well. So another thing I'm looking at is, this is, as you guys can see, this is 5 seconds to so this is 5 seconds to 28 seconds section of the entire approximately 5 minute long video. To generate this half a minute, it takes about 10-15 seconds to generate it. So that's still too long. So let's say, as we were talking, you guys could see how long it took. I had to speak for like 10-15 seconds before the video got generated. So I'm going to look into making this preview link even faster, and try to use streams, video streaming. There are two video streaming technologies that I'm looking at potentially. One of them is called Dash, the other is called HLS. The beauty of that would be is that when you click preview, I could return a stream to the user almost immediately, showing the changes that I did or I'm planning to make, depending on whether or not I'm going to use the annotation format. But basically, the new video. So as you're editing, you click preview, and you would get a stream back immediately, and there will be almost no latency. I'm looking at two technologies to do this. One of them is called Dash. The other is called so one of them is called Dash, which is mostly supported by Google, and it's used by YouTube as well. And the other is called HS, which is mostly supported by the Apple side of the world. At this point, I'm still evaluating, looking at which is better. And essentially, what these do is the way they create streams is they break up the video into very, very tiny little sections and then put them together and stream them in quick succession, one after the other. This way you can regenerate only the portions you want, and you can return that stream immediately to the user. Thank you for listening.